There's a lot in there. Simply put, there's a lot in there. And seriously, only when we begin to realize how much we don't know and how much more we need of Him, that's where the learning process actually begins. Because if we wander around thinking that we somehow got it all figured out, got it all made, we're there, we're done, we're finished, we're going forward, we're whatever, which, it's not a bad attitude per se, it's just slightly veiled. It's a slightly veiled attitude. What that ultimately causes is a lack of ability to learn for the simple fact that we already think we know. Curiosity. That's on my list. Whose? Mine. You know what else is on my list? Whose list? My list. Spirit of a student. That's on my list. That's what I pray for every day. Because if I'm not curious and I don't have the spirit of a student and I'm not hungry for learning and knowledge properly, I'm not going to grow anymore. And I'm definitely nowhere near done. Yeah, but I'm old and gray. Doesn't matter. Spirit of a student. Subjection. That's on my list. Submission. That's on my list. Do I demand it? Yes, I do. But how could I demand what I'm not doing myself? You're going to reap what you sow. Misapplication? Well, then I should be subjected to everybody around me. That is incorrect. I'm more than willingly subject to proper and true authority. Subjecting to somebody else that's not authority, all that's the work of the devil. That's the destruction of the order of God. Subjection to true authority. That's me. I'm all over it. I'm all over it. I'm still praying for belief. I'm still praying for faith. Who? Me. What faith do I have? A whole lot more than I ever thought I'd have. But nowhere near as much as I really like to have. After all these years, yeah, I've come to know how much. You know what? I'm praying for vocabulary. Extremely important. I want to know words. I want to know. You've heard me say, Lord, I don't even have the proper verbiage to be able to praise you the way I really want to, because I feel like this about you, but I can only say this. One small example. I need more vocabulary. Well, how many words is there? I've seen them. I don't have one. I've got a little dictionary somewhere. Brittany probably has it. I've seen these college dictionaries, and they're like massive books. These books are full of words, and all the words have meanings. How about that? I need a bigger vocabulary. So, here's one. The way you speak. God's had me on this week. The way you speak. How something is said. How something is prayed for. I think I've already said that last week, didn't I? Does it make sense, though? Yes, kind of, anyway. Kind of. It kind of makes sense. The way you pray for something can almost be a detriment to whether or not you receive it.
Mm-hmm.
How the words are spoken. Well, they come out like they come out. But whatever is inside of a man is what comes out of him. So watch how it comes out. And judge, according to God's word, what comes out of you and how it comes out. Curiosity. Think about it. Oh, what do you mean think? Where's that one? That's on my list too. Sound mind. Is that it? No. Is it mentioned more than once? Yes. Where is it? You can't find it. There's too many words here. The ability to think. And that's not to be put aside. That's not in any way, shape, or form to be put aside from a sound mind. And that's not in any way, shape, or form to be taken away from logic. I say them all because they're all different. They can all be applied to the same thing, but they all come in different areas, different ways, different. You can use them differently. What else? Memory. Oh, you're just getting old and you're forgetting. Well, that's probably true. Yes, I am getting a little older. I told somebody the other day, you know what? I don't feel young anymore. I'm not young anymore, but I don't feel old. This guy's the same age as me. I looked at him and said, you know what? We're actually in our prime. 53. I'm in my prime. And I will be for the next 30 or 40 years. That's faith right there.
Yeah.
Well, we just talked about Abraham, 75 years old when he took off to go do the will of God. That's 22 years from now. I'm ahead of the game. In your age, you got a good jump on this thing. Stay after it. You got a good jump on this thing. Stay after it. Stay after it. Man, I'm telling you, there's a lot in here. There's a lot in here. I prayed for these things for a long time. I prayed for the ability. Is ability enough? Negative. You can have all the ability in the world, and if you don't use it, hell, you can have all the ability in the world, but if you don't realize that you have it, then you're not going to use it. Goodness sakes. Where is it? Top of the list. Acts chapter 20, 24. No, I believe that's it. It's in Acts 7. In him I move, breathe, and have my being. That is movement, faith, life, and live, and that is my existence. Praying all these things for a powerful spirit of each and every one of these things from God into my life with a supernatural impartation. However, on an ever-increasing constant basis into and through my life and the lives of others. However, the end of the prayer, which I've gone on to the third page now, the end of the prayer, understanding and ability of the revelation and realization of all available and accessing and walking in all these things using them all day long, constantly. By the time I usually get to the end of that list, that really flows out quite a bit better than that. What it ultimately comes down to for whoever hears this, you are at a certain point in your life in relationship with God. You've already been called. You've already been gifted to a certain degree, not the finishing of it, but to a certain degree. You've already gotten a certain amount of revelation. The thing to do, which you know, because I've said it a number of times, I'm going to say it again, is what you've been given, you have to move in, according to your measure of faith and slightly beyond. You are being shaped and molded into who you're supposed to be. Circumstances are doing that. Because God uses circumstances. He's shaping and molding you through circumstances. You talked about your circumstances this week. He's shaping and molding you through circumstances. Couldn't he just cut to the end and make it all right automatically? Yes, he could, but that's not the way he works. Because this shaping and molding process he's bringing you through is what's causing maturity.